We're here to look at block charge plays today. Let's go. Stick around. Greetings, everyone. My name is Greg Austin with abetterofficial.com. We craft video to help basketball officials get better and take control of their officiating career. Now would be a great time if you are new to the channel and appreciate this kind of content, right? Do all the things. Hit like, subscribe, and notify so you don't miss out on any of our new content. We live stream 2 times a week. Put your voice in the game, join the live stream so we can all get better together. Do allow me a moment to thank our tremendous show supporters. So appreciative. Jeffrey Jewett, Gary Mouton, Ashton Dillon, Dan Kelly, and Les O'Connor Jr. Much appreciated and much love. You want to support the show, you can always head to abetterofficial.com/coffee. I'll put a link in the show notes below. Awesome. All right, we are looking at plays. Today we're looking at block charge plays so we can all get better at adjudicating plays. When we look at plays, we're obviously looking at, was the call correct, right? And we analyze our game video. That's what we're inclined to do. I had this block charge play. Did I get it right? Did I get it wrong, etc.? And we want to get plays right. But we also want to look at the things that led to, if we got a play wrong, what led to the wrong decision? What are the habits and fundamentals that we display on the basketball court? Because if we can improve our habits and fundamentals, then our call quality is going to go up, right? We're going to be in better position. We are going to be more disciplined. We are going to work the system and have the right official make the call, etc. All right, let's take a look at play number 1. All right, so we have a double whistle scenario, right? And this is something that's going to happen in our game, right? We have a block charge play that is at an intersection between coverage areas, right? So having a double whistle is not, we're not surprised by that fact, right? I can get rid of that guy. When we have a double whistle, we need to have discipline as a crew, right? We expect the lead to go quick, and we expect our outside officials to hold, right? And if we look at our game video and we see a lack of discipline, right, that our outside official in this instance does not hold, and they start to indicate what their call is, then we can, potentially get into trouble. We've covered large scenarios before, both in rules coverage and play coverage. And we don't want to have blarges in our game. And the way that we prevent that is we have discipline and recognition as a crew, right? So on this play, our lead recognizes we have a double whistle and does not show. Although you could say, well, wait, he's stepping towards the court. He's going to go charge, right? But our outside official shows early, right? If we said, is this how you would teach somebody how to have a charge in this scenario? No, it's not. So what we want to do here is have better discipline. Let's take now a look just at the play on its merits, right? And the coverage of the crew, right? So our trail official here, if we look at what they have, right, they had the on-ball matchup. Pass goes to the top of the arc, and a player immediately goes to the basket, right? So this player is leaving from the trail's primary coverage area. The defender, though, secondary coverage, again, we're right at the intersection of coverage areas, right? So the trail having a whistle on this play is certainly within the realm of coverage on this play, right? Is our defender legal? Two feet, holding, right? Easy charge call, right? We're not going to miss this play. We're going to put a whistle on this play. We're going to get it right, right? The key here is the function of the crew. Now, if you are the lead in this situation, you could say, no, that guy's my call. It came from my primary coverage area, right? That defender. He's my defender, right? But if we recognize we have a double whistle, first of all, and we also recognize that our partner is, halfway through their indication of what they have on the play, right? Give the call up, right? That's the thing to do here. Yeah, you got it. Take it, right? So that's what we have on this play. Yeah, a simple block charge play to get us started. There's not a lot of complexity here. Obvious charging. Simple. But we look at the plays, yeah, we got that right. Yeah, let's pat ourselves on the back. No, let's see what we did right as a crew. Let's see what we can improve as a crew, right? Habits and fundamentals. That's what we want to take anytime we analyze game video. Hey, let's take a look at play number 2. You're the center and you're the trail on this play, and your partner puts this play in the game. How is that going to affect us? What are we going to do, right? Are we going to try to think, well, okay, any obvious charge at the other end should be a charge as well, right? Or are we going to try to say, okay, is my partner 100% in the game? Right? Do I need to talk to them and say, are we here? Make sure that they are focusing on the game and they have 100% attention. Right? All of these things come into play. They may need our support, right, to keep them more focused on the game. Let's put it that way. So we have another simple block charge play. This player is obvious. This defender is obviously legal. They had put down their book that they were reading on the spot, and our coach is loving it. He says, "Oh, I've got a charge here." Yes, way to take it. What? Also, watch our trail when the partner makes a call, puts his head down. Right? When we are the off-ball official, right? Sometimes we can give visual cues that the perceptive bench personnel or coaches and assistant coaches can pick up on. In this instance, we don't need to have the subtlety, but if we identify, okay, when my partner makes a call that I think is a poor call, what do I do? A lot of times officials will go to their head, they'll wipe their head, they'll wipe their mouth, they'll have some body position, some body language that says that was not a good call, right? And so we want to be able to work through that and maybe mask that opinion, like, great call, partner, I'm 100%, and to help keep them engaged, right? And we've all been there. We've all been there where we've put a whistle in the play on a play, and we realize, you know what? After we've put the whistle in, after we've signaled, after we've started going to the table, we realize I either like put things together in my mind. I did not have a look at the play. I wasn't concentrating. It was out of the corner of my eye, etc. And now I realize I have made an incorrect call, right? So I've been in this situation. You come from lead, you go report. Are we confident? Absolutely. It's number, it's a block. Dude, boom. I turn to the coach. Coach, that was a terrible call. I missed that one. It is what it is. We're moving on. But that's it. We are moving on. We've had 2 super easy ones. Let's move on to a more challenging play and look at play number 3.
Finds Athens. Athens blocked.
Right. So let's look at our scenario here. This is a tie game. This is a championship game, league championship, packed arena, clock winding down, play at the basket, obvious rejection by a player who obviously goes from A to B to make the play. Super exciting play, high leverage play, game deciding play, no call on the play. You have to take this play in context. This is a game deciding play. This is how it plays out. Did the officials do the right thing? Super exciting play. And we know that our lead is in great position on the no call, right? Actually, I think the lead could have improved their position, but they are looking right at it. And the body language is no call. It's not like, I'm not sure there should, it's like, there is no call on this play, right? And that's fantastic. Communication, relaxed, plays coming at him, slides over, he's strong. We are going to overtime, right, on this play. Now, one thing we can't see here, this is a game at a collegiate arena. It's a high school playoff game. One thing we can't see is lights on the backboard. If we watch that defender, Danny, he comes, right? If we're watching exclusively that defender, he's running full speed from the other side of the court. I don't know if verticality was maintained. I think that we have A to B movement on this play. I'll just say that. It's a great question to have. It's just like, are you going to put a foul on this play after the player blocked the shot and then there's body contact, right? One coach is going to be saying, he was fouled, this, that, and the other thing, right? It would be great if we looked, let's go here. right? So this is the same play, right? Really obvious body contact on this play, right? Is our verticality, do we still have that opinion about verticality on this play? But let's see. Legal. Right? So we at the other end, we see the lights go on. Right? Expiration of time. This, does the foul occur after the expiration of time? And if it does, what do we have? Right? Is this dead ball contact? Right? The ball became dead. No, it was a try and flight. Right? What do we have? Right? This becomes a judgment call. Right? Anytime this situation occurs where we have contact after the horn, this contact, which may rise to the level of a foul in live ball, maybe the shot was blocked. That we're not questioning the judgment on the play, but this subsequent contact that would potentially be a foul during live ball, when it's dead balls, when the time has expired, rather, in this instance, is this contact a foul? I'm going there. Just a great end of game scenario, right? One that you want. Sometimes we get to the championship game, right? We get to a big game, and the game itself doesn't require any of our skills. We try to sharpen the saw, right? And become the very best at all of the situations. And sometimes a game presents itself to us, and none of those skills are really brought into play. The game is really simple and straightforward. There's no ability to diffuse situations or communicate effectively or make rules judgments about this, that, and the other thing. But we always want to, when we're developing those skills, we're always anticipating that they are going to lead to, at a key moment of a key game, high-profile game, we can make the proper adjudication, do all of the things, bring all of our skills to bear, and just a fantastic scenario. Packed arena, high level, high pressure, tie game, last second shot. We can't get any better. I love it. I love it. I love what the crew did on this play. And we're going to look now at play number 4. That's wrong. All right. So, what do we have on this block charge play? This is a collegiate game, second half action, and I guarantee you white is down big. Right, whose primary coverage would this be? This is defender would belong to the lead. Did the center official wait long enough to have a cadence whistle on this play? Did the official make the right call? Do we have an end-line throw-in? All of the things that we're looking at. I don't know. Right. So, sometimes the techniques we use to evaluate, right? First of all, does this play need a whistle? Yes. Yes, it needs a whistle. Even if we don't have complete information, we need a whistle on this play. We would expect a whistle from the lead. Lead does not have a whistle. Center seems to come early with a secondary cadence on this play. But, you know, we're at the time of the game. Maybe we were thinking we do not want to miss anything on red. But we also note that the offensive player is going in one direction, and when the contact occurs, the defender goes in another direction. Sometimes that's an indicator to us that the contact was not, you know, in the torso. Yeah. So we have collegiate mechanics. We have an end-line throw-in. Was this player, had they begun their habitual throwing motion? Should continuous motion apply? And should they be awarded 2 free throws in this instance? I think they should have. Might have got that one wrong, right? But key takeaways. One is it needs a whistle, right? And if it doesn't come from the appropriate official, then you need to put a whistle on the play. Even if we don't have complete information, it's better to put a whistle on the play in this instance and go with what the best information that you have. Let's take a look now at play number 5. Right? Simple block charge play coming from leads, primary, secondary defender. Possibly a collegiate game. We've got restricted areas on the court. Would we describe this as an obvious play? A close play? I would describe this as a close play. What I'd also describe this is something that we're all really familiar with, is working on a court that gives us absolutely no room to work as lead. I don't know if we had just completed a rotation. This is a really short clip. I don't know if we had completed a rotation on this play. Our lead starts out in a poor position, in that pinch the paint position with no room on the end line. This is not going to give us our best opportunity to have call accuracy on this play. If we were wider on this play, we'd have a much better ability to judge, because if the closer we are to the play, the more we are looking down to find feet and find the body. If we are further away, then our range of vision that we need, like I can look here and see the feet, and here and see up top and the body, etc. If the closer I am to the play, it becomes more dramatic, right? So on this play, obviously the lead is going to go charge here. Let's take a look at the legality of the play. And the key here, of course, really is the defender's right foot. The defender's right foot, if they get that foot down, they've established their position prior to the ball handler leaving the floor, right? So we have a ball handler who leaves the floor and a defender who gets into position by establishing that position by 2 feet on the floor facing an opponent. And of course, on this play, whether it was before or after, it's a fraction of a second, right? Fraction of a second. Let's take a look. Jumps off 2 feet. Yeah, I think he might have been late. That is super close. Super close play. Yeah. Good one. Good one. Now, we're working this game. I'm the trail on this game, let's say. And my partner has that play. What do I know? Super close play. This is super close. On this end was a charge. Okay. All right. I can remember that, right? If we get a super close play down at the other end, I can remember what we had on that super close play down on this end, right? Remember, we're working in really fine margins here. This was a really close play, right? We don't have to be, oh, okay, it was really close at the other end, but right? It's easy plays for us to think about. Super close at this play. On this end was a charge. We get a super close play on this end. Yeah, yeah. Let's look at a bonus play. All right. I like this clip a lot. We have a play to the basket in transition. Whose call is this? Obvious. This is the lead's call all the way. The lead does not have a whistle on the play. Watch our center process all of the facts on this play. This is a foul by the defender, illegal contact on an airborne shooter. There is no whistle from the lead. What are we going to do? Trust our partner? Or are we going to, again, put the game ahead of the crew, ahead of ourselves, right? And put a whistle on the play. Note the body language and the processing, right? That's a foul. You are not calling a foul? I will call a foul, right? Simple. Gives us guidance as to what good looks like on this play. Coming from behind in a fast break situation, you always want to pick up the defender, right? If we could talk about percentages, we're watching the ball handler's legality and the defender's legality, and it's a 70-30 split. Under normal circumstances, where most of our attention is on the defender and not on the ball handler, right? In a situation where we have a fast break situation like this, it should be like 90-10. What is the defender doing on this play? That's our key here. And so when we get into those transitions, as basketball fans, we like to see what's going on with the ball, right? And look ahead of the play. A key here is to look behind the play. Look behind the ball handler and pick up that defender. If we're going to come in with a secondary cadence on this play, this is like exactly what we would want to do, right? It's very comfortable body position by the calling official. And Stan says, someone taught me to breathe in, inhale, and hold, right? To have some sort of process that ensures that you have a cadence whistle in this scenario and that you have time to process all of the things, right? I recognize my partner did not have a whistle. I recognize that I believe this is a foul that we must have a whistle on. I am going to put a whistle on this play, right? And have some sort of mechanism in place and recognize that processing is going to occur over a period of time. And our perception of time as officials is always sped up, right? We see the decision to put a whistle on the play maybe occurs, one half of 1 second later. While we're on the court, that half a second seems like an eternity, right? It just seems much longer, right? Because of the way that our brain works and handles these situations. So if we can make this a comfortable process where, again, I tell the tale, Shelley Russey, former D1 official on the women's side, her counsel in this situation was, this is what's going on in her brain. Well, that's a foul. You're not going to call it? Boom. That's a foul. You're not going to call it? Boom, right? Lasts about a second, right? But having some mechanism in place so that we can process these plays is key. I'm going to say, let's look at a bonus play. take a look. Great clip. Great clip. And one that can really challenge the crew. So what do we have on this play? This is a non-designated spot throw-in. Our official is clearly indicating that this player can move, right? We would assume this is an out of a timeout, obviously, right? Since we are administering a throw-in in which the player can move. The official chooses to administer the throw-in across the lane using NBA mechanics or NCAA women's mechanics. And I think this puts us in a position where we get ourselves into trouble. In the end, I believe this is an unobserved action on this play, right? Our new trail official is looking off ball, right? We're not observing the defender and the ball handler in this instance. Whoops, yeah. And ultimately, we have the ball handler, the thrower throw the ball into the face of the defender, right? The official's count was at like 2 or 3. Look at the universal response by all of the cheerleaders at the, amazing, amazing. And then we have officials, when that player looks to get up, the player on the ground, properly say, let's make sure we are on the scene when this, so we don't get any retaliatory action. So what do we have on this play? What can we have on this play? What are the variables here? Here's what I see. Here's what I see on this play. I see a the thrower in, right? They have the throw in. Whether they perceive the count to be getting late or not, they look right at the defender and throw the ball vigorously right at the defender. To me, this is a flagrant act. This would be a flagrant technical foul to me. I think the player seeks out the player and throws it directly at them, and not in an effort to bounce the ball off of their leg, sort of a common basketball play when we are in distress and I need to, I'm going to throw it off a player's leg. Now, in addition, the action is taken and there's immediately no remorse. When we inadvertently harm somebody due to inadvertent action, what's our initial reaction? What's our natural human reaction? Sorry, man. Right? I didn't mean to do that. Right? We get none of that. We get defiance and this energy as well. This is only going to support my position, is that this is a flagrant act, that this player was intending to harm the opponent. That's my view of this play. I'd be interested to hear, wait, that's my view and my view. That's both of our view on this play. What do you have on this play? The other thing that we have here is National Federation of High School has a case play that says in this situation that when a player throws the ball off of the other player's face, the officials then need to make a judgment about whether this was incidental or intentional or flagrant, and that they are empowered to do that. This is not a situation where, well, we can't call anything, right? There was a live ball and it, threw it off the defender, etc. Now, we can have situations where players are hitting in the face with the basketball and, it's completely inadvertent. It's unfortunate, right? But this was not one of those instances in my mind. Problem, like I say, on this play, I think it's unofficiated. I don't know that the center is necessarily looking at this, and I don't think that the trail was looking at it until like the contact occurs. I'm sure the ball striking the player in the face was a loud event. So that's a factor on this play. I mean, we can't guess in this scenario. It would also though, like let's say you're the new lead at the other end and you see this, and are you going to come in and say, this is what's going to happen on this play? A great, gets you to thinking, right? My partners didn't see this, and I did see this. And to me, this action rises to this level. Am I going to come all the way down the court and put that into the game, right? And fight for that? It's good to think these things through. This is a non-basketball play, in my judgment. And if that's my judgment from 84 feet away, I have to come in and say that's a non-basketball play and fight for that. And say this is what I have on this play. I have conviction in that this is what I have on this play. Or do we feel like, well, I'm 84 feet away. I know, right? Game, crew, you. And again, I see, we don't have the audio, but he's saying something. When he throws the ball, he says something, or gives a look, etc., directed at the player that he hurt. And it's not a, oh my gosh, what have I done? Or that was unfortunate. It was like, yeah. Who knows what, of course, led up to this situation as well. But this is a great clip. I got it off of Twitter. I will put a link to the Twitter source. I did not have time to do it for this clip. Just a phenomenal clip. Not something you're going to see in your game every day. That is for sure. Hey, thanks so much for joining us today on 5 Play Friday. If this is the content that you find valuable as a basketball official, now would be a great time to do all the things. Hit like, subscribe, and notify. Hit that like button. It really helps us with the YouTube algorithm. Gets the video out in front of more basketball officials. Must give a phenomenal thank you to our show's supporters. Jeff Jewett, Gary Mouton, Ashton Dillon, Dan Kelly, and Les O'Connor Jr. Much appreciated and much love. You want to support the show? You can always buy us a coffee. I'll put a link above and in the show notes below. Awesome. All right. We have additional video content available here. I have made this selection. YouTube has made this selection. You make your selection. We'll see you in the very next video. Take care.